that matters is what we believe. Hey, we believe in ourselves. We believe in us, man. And no matter what happens today, no matter what happens, hey, believe we're going to win this game. I'm bad you won. We're going to win this game. Let's go, man.
Fired up and ready to go. And now welcome to the NFL on Fox in a matchup of the Giants and the 49ers. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. That's Troy Aikman. Pam Oliver is coming right up. Well, the Giants, we were there when they had another fourth quarter comeback to beat New England last week. They're on quite a roll right now with a record of 6-2.
Yes, they are, and they're on a great roll because of quarterback Eli Manning. He's been playing outstanding, and for the most part, he's been doing it without a running game. Last week, he got a little more help, obviously, from Brandon Jacobs. I don't anticipate that today because the 49ers are awfully good against the run, best in the NFL. I think the key for the Giants today is going to be their defense, keeping the score down, because this is a 49ers team that just simply doesn't give up a lot of points.
And let's stay on that same track and talk about the running game. How do the Giants now defend the run? That's what the 49ers do so well with Frank Gore.
Frank Gore's been outstanding, and if you look at the 49ers, they're really old school football. I mean, they come in, they want to pound the ball, they use the run to set up the pass. They do the things that good teams do. Defensively, they stop the run. Of course, they run it on offense. They create takeaways. They don't give up points. That's been the model for them through the first half of the season. That'll be the model for them today.
And they're also very good on special teams. What an opportunity for the 49ers here today. For more on that, down to Pam Oliver.
Joe, the Niners are big on slogans. One of their favorites is fear no situation. Star linebacker Patrick Willis says that will pertain today. He says we cannot look at the Giants, think of an elite team, and kind of go, ooh. He says the players I talk to understand that this is a big stage, and they like it. Joe?
Yeah, it is an opportunity, and thanks, Pam. It's going to be fun to see what the 49ers do with this chance. The Giants are used to big games, and they won one last week at New England. So we will see the defense of the 49ers. We will see Eli Manning and the offense of the Giants as we start our afternoon here in the Bay Area. The weather could not be better. And this was a tough ticket. Off we go. And Darrell Scott will take a knee. Let's take a look at that offense, and you look at Eli Manning, who is having a career year in many respects. He's joined with Jacobs in the backfield. Ahmad Bradshaw out again. Hakeem Nicks is back with a bad hammy. And it seems like as they get Boss back, the former 49er, the offensive line for the Giants is getting better as the weeks go by.
They have gotten better, and I know that it was nice to see them running the ball better last week in that win against the Patriots. Having said that, Tom Coughlin said he expects more.
Doesn't he always? Don't you? There's Jacobs over the right side for 2. Stock defense. You like this group up front, and if you talk about a good defense against the run, which is what the 49ers are, they are good with their front 7 and their inside linebackers, Bowman and Willis. Everybody's heard about Willis. Bowman is good. They are fast.
Navarro Bowman has had an excellent year this season and has made himself known by the way that he has played each and every week this season.
A lot of crowd noise for the Giants to deal with. Jacobs on the left side. And it'll be 3rd down. Another run of 2 yards, so 3rd and 6 coming up. Terrell Brown, the starting right corner there for the stop.
And we saw Patrick Willis, him being involved in that as well. This is a 49ers defense, as you said, Joe, that is very difficult to run the ball against. They're especially difficult to get on the edges because of the team speed that you talked about.
Good protection from Manning, and he hits Nicks. Welcome back to Hakeem Nicks. He's got enough for a Giants 1st down. Brooks was out there on the stop. Culliver as well, and a gain of 9 on 3rd and 6.
We're going to see where he gets just enough of Patrick Willis. You know, not a great block, but he slows him down enough that gives Eli Manning some time. They're in zone coverage, and you've got the corner playing soft. They get no help from the linebacker underneath that route to Nix, and he's able to get the first down.
Nix was not there, out with a bad hamstring last week at New England. On first down, Manning in trouble. Gets rid of it to Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs is back to the line of scrimmage. Might have lost half a yard. Carlos Rogers, the corner and former Redskin, was there along with Navarro Bowman.
Well, they're trying to get the ball to the outside to Jake Ballard, but he ran out of time. Sopoaga, he's the one who's able to come up the middle and put the pressure on Eli Manning. He does a great job just getting it out of his hands. Here's where they were hoping to go with the throw. Patrick Willis in cover, but Ballard did have a step on him, just ran out of time.
On 2nd and 10, Manning. Great protection again, and he hits Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs with a first down out near the 49. And a gain of 15. If you don't know the story with Jacobs, he was vocal. He missed a couple of games with a bad knee. Upset that his role had been diminished, and now the past 2 weeks with Ahmad Bradshaw, the starting back, out with a stress fracture in his right foot. It's up to Jacobs. Last week, good enough. 18 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown in New England, and off to a good start today. With Darrell Scott in the backfield, Manning throws, sideline, Manningham, another first down, and a good opening drive being put together by the Giants. Let's go for a game break. Here's Kirk.
Could it be the Eagles are about to blow another fourth-quarter lead? Early Doucette putting the Cardinals up with less than 2 minutes left. 21-17. Vic and the Eagles with the ball, trying to come back. 41 ticks left on the clock. Joe, Troy, and Pam?
Hard to believe. Hard to believe that the Eagles, who start the day 3-5, are at home again. Coming off that loss to Chicago and trailing. On first down, it's Jacobs. Little room to run, and Brandon Jacobs picks up 6. Justin Smith on the stop for the 49ers.
You know, you talk about last week and being without Ahmad Bradshaw, and then of course the other players, the other starters for this Giants offense, without David Boss at center, without Hakeem Nicks at wide receiver. And then of course we saw the catch just a couple plays ago by Mario Manningham. He was added to the injury report late this week, but yet Eli Manning was able to get it done last week in Foxborough.
Pass is caught, first down. Manningham again, good for 5 with Rodgers on him. Carlos Rogers, who knows this division well, having played with the Redskins, has seen a lot of the Giants. Now he's out here in the Bay Area, his first year here, and he was there a little late. First down.
He likes it here too. He likes being here in San Francisco, and of course playing for Jim Harbaugh. I visited with him Friday at practice, and Carlos Rogers is hopeful that this is his last stop. He's enjoyed it. Of course, when you're 7-1, it's hard not to enjoy it.
Here's DJ Ware. And a nice run on first down to the 19-yard line, a gain of 6.
You know, you've got to be able to get on these linebackers for San Francisco if you're going to have any success. And Chris Snee, on that play, their right guard, their all-pro right guard, is able to pull and lead the way and get on the linebacker, and that's why they were able to get a nice gain on that running play.
Inside the red zone now, and this is play number 10 of this opening drive. Pass is caught by Ware. And DJ Ware has another Giants first down, and this is, at least in my opinion, a very well-called opening drive by Kevin Gilbride.
Well, it is. We haven't seen Eli in the pocket really having to hold the ball. We saw the one where he got it off to Jacobs just in time before Sopoaga got to him, but they've gotten the ball out of his hands. They've mixed in the run, which is going to be important throughout this game. Right now in this area of the field, this is where the 49ers have been awfully good, best in the NFL, keeping teams from scoring touchdowns on this part of the field.
to the ground, and Jacobs lowers his head. He's a 260-pound back. And he takes it inside the 10, a gain of 4. Sopoaga on the stop.
Well, here's what you're going to see. You're going to see Snead. He leads the way, and that's what I was talking about a couple of plays ago. And they're going to get Jacobs in behind that. So you get Snead, who's trying to work his way up onto the linebacker. Then with a big back like Jacobs, you're able to move some people. And they've done a good job with that play, picking up positive yards.
6-5 pass to run on this drive now. 6-6. As they've been 50-50 on the ground and through the air. No gain. Jacobs. And a third down coming up. Paris Harrelson made that last stop. Opponents scoring touchdowns inside the red zone to go along with what Troy said earlier. Only 35% against the 49ers, the best mark in the league. Manning underneath, through, short, ball comes out. And no signal by this officiating crew. Tony Correnti's going to see what the call is, and they're going to say he was down. It's 4th down, but I don't know. Awfully close as Dante Whitner ripped it out, and Justin Smith got on top.
Well, that's where the 49ers have been good all season long. You can see the challenge flag there by Jim Harbaugh. When you look at the job that the 49ers have done, creating takeaways.
That ball's out. His knee was not down. Harbaugh challenges it, and after that terrific opening drive, the Giants may have just turned it over. Although with the way Correnti's going over there to talk to Jim Harbaugh. Look at this. Whitner gets his arm on the ball, rips it out. Looked like before the knee was down.
The ruling on the field was that the runner's forward progress had been stopped and was driven backwards prior to the ball coming loose. Therefore, this is not a reviewable play. There is no challenge by San Francisco. 4th down.
So that's why the explanation, they have ruled that his forward progress was stopped. And that's a call that goes against the 49ers because looking at it, it looked like that ball came out before the knee was down.
Yeah, it definitely came out before the knee was down. I think that was a good call then by the official, recognizing that forward progress had stopped. And then, as he said, that is then a non-reviewable play.
23-yard try, and the Giants do have the first points of the day. So that opening drive, as the fans boo here, upset that that was not reviewable. Nets 3 points. And the 49ers do what they've done all year, and that is clamp down inside the red zone defensively. The Dallas Cowboys took apart the Buffalo Bills at home today, so they're 5-4. The Giants with this stretch where they're at San Francisco now. Next, they are at home against Philly. Then at New Orleans, at home against Green Bay, at Dallas. That's that tough schedule everybody's been talking about. They are right now in the driver's seat in the NFC East, which is evolving into a 2-team race.
That's right, and that tough part of the schedule began last week, and they answered the bell there with the win in New England. It continues. You know, they talk about the schedule that the Cowboys have relative to strength of schedule. The Cowboys are hitting a stretch of games that they're not playing the same quality of opponent as what the Giants are. But the Giants have played good football. This is a big game here today.
That first drive covered 75 yards and 8.5 minutes off the clock. And Tynes was good with the short field goal. Tetkin Jr. will take a knee, so the 49ers will start at the 20. Here's a game break. Here's Kurt.
Well, Michael Vick and the Eagles with one last gasp against Arizona today. Vick throws it up, and A.J. Jefferson picks it off for Arizona. Cardinals win at 21-17. 5th blown fourth quarter lead of the year for Vick and the Eagles. They're now 3-6. Joe, Troy, and Pam.
All right, Kurt, so back-to-back home losses. Looked like the Eagles had a chance here to get their season put back together, and they have not been able to do that in the last 2 weeks. Now starting from the 20, it's Alex Smith. And on the run, he finds his receiver, Delanie Walker. And 11 yards and a first down, and we look at this offense. Bruce Miller with his first touchdown last week at Washington, a 30-yard touchdown catch. He is the blocking back for Frank Gore. And the offensive line's allowed only 5 sacks over the last 4 games.
And they've given Frank Gore some places to run the football. He's had 100-yard rushing in each of the last 5 games. You don't accomplish any of those things without a pretty good group up front.
That'll be a false start on Joe Staley.
Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
We showed you Jim Harbaugh, who did not have the luxury of a real offseason. They've won 6 straight, off to their best start since '97. They're averaging basically 26 points per game, their best since '98. A team that was 2-6 at this point a year ago is 7-1 and running away with the West. First down and 15. Good protection. Sideline caught. Braylon Edwards. And a first down for San Francisco after a completion of 21 yards.
Yeah, and those types of plays are really something that's been lacking within this 49ers offense. Of course, he has good time in the pocket, and then he's able to throw the back shoulder fade stop route to Braylon Edwards. Braylon, watching him in warm-ups, it didn't look like he was running all that well. It didn't look like he was running real well in that play either. Of course, he came off the knee injury a few weeks ago, but a nice pickup for 21 yards.
Already out at their own 47, and this one is knocked away. Intended receiver Vernon Davis, and it was Kenny Phillips who got in there and broke it up.
Of course, Vernon Davis is just quite an athlete. Size, speed, strength, all that, and he works the middle of the field. Had an opportunity there, certainly contested by Phillips, and a good job defensively, because these safeties know that that's the ball they've got to be able to defend, both with Vernon Davis as well as Delanie Walker, their other tight end.
That was Walker in motion. Handoff is to Gore, his first carry, and he picks up 2 over the right side. Another game break. Here's Kurt.
Falcons and Saints in overtime. Atlanta goes for it on their own 30. On 4th down, Michael Turner stuffed and made it easy for New Orleans after that. John Casey's 26-yarder, the game winner. Saints get the win, 26-23 in overtime. Joe, Troy, and Pam.
All right, so action all over the place as I'm sure we'll be welcoming in new audiences. Good opening drive for the Giants, and now the 49ers trying to answer. It's 3rd down and 8. Over the middle, and that's caught for a first down by Ted Ginn Jr.
Alex Smith knows that the Giants are able to get pressure on the outside. He talked about it on Friday. He said it was a point of emphasis this week. He's got to step up in the pocket, help out those tackles. He gets good protection inside. He's able to step up then and deliver a pretty good ball there to Ginn Jr. for the first down. This 49ers offense has struggled this year converting on 3rd down. Good way to start this game.
Handoff to Gore. Canty was the first one back there, and Frank Gore loses 2. I've even given you a chance to look at this defense and what they feature up front at the linebacker level, and then back in the secondary, which has been racked with injury. They are 17th defending the pass.
And we see Greg Jones there in the middle at middle linebacker, the rookie who took over for Jonathan Goff when he went on injured reserve early in the season. Hasn't had a lot of playing time in recent weeks. because they've been going with their 5 defensive backs. He'll get a lot of time in this game against his 49ers running game.
Now 2nd down and 12. Braylon Edwards, the defender, fell down. That was Ross out there, and Edwards to the 30. It's 3rd down. And we welcome in a new audience. If you're just joining us, you just saw the end of a good game, I would imagine. It's 3-0 Giants. 14 plays, 75-yard opening drive covering 8.5 minutes. Nearly turned it over. Turned it into 3 points. And now the first possession for the 7-1 49ers. 3rd and 3. Smith, Gore, out of the backfield. First down at the 22.
You know, Joe, when you go back, and obviously a lot of discussion about Alex Smith and what he is or what he isn't doing within the passing game. These are the types of plays that don't really show up on the stat sheet at the end of the game. 3rd down, he's able to avoid a pass rusher, step up in the pocket, deliver a good ball to Frank Gore. They pick up the first down, keep the drive alive. That's something that he has done well this year. Not a lot of big plays, not a lot of yards, but he's managed the game very, very well.
8 plays on this drive, 6 passes. And now another. Crabtree didn't get his head around, wasn't looking for it, and the pass out of his reach. I'll ask you, I think I know the answer, but I believe you like Alex Smith, and I believe you are impressed with his story, the perseverance, and now being rewarded with another crack at it.
Well, I like the season that he's having. I think that, unfortunately, you know, we're in a fantasy football league to where it's all about stats. That's not the offense that he's in. You know, he's not going to put up Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees type numbers. But for what they're doing within this offense, I think he's doing a nice job.
Pass is knocked out of the air in the direction of Braylon Edwards. And you mentioned the name Aaron Rodgers. He'll always be linked with Aaron Rodgers because Rodgers waited until the back end of that draft to go to Green Bay, and Alex went 1st overall, basically in Aaron Rodgers' backyard to the 49ers.
Well, and Alex Smith, 7th season. You know, I think there's a tendency still to think that he's a young quarterback. He's not. He came into the league at a young age. He's still just 27 years old. But in terms of experience, he's no longer a young quarterback.
Pass. Oh, what a tackle by Ross. Complete to Vernon Davis. That'll set up a field goal attempt, and Aaron Ross just collapsed the body of Vernon Davis.
Aaron Ross, he had help over the top with a safety, so he didn't have to worry about the receiver to his outside. He was able to come off of that and then make a big play on Vernon Davis to keep him from coming up with a first down.
36-yard try by Akers, who has been great.
Well said.
4 for 4 at 50 or more. And 19 of 21 overall. 20 of 22. And it's a 3-3 game. Take a break, come back. He'll kick it off back to the Giants. Win this great city. So fun to be here this weekend and get to experience it. The weather is just ideal. You've got some memories from playing football games out here.
Oh, I tell you, 49er fans don't want to hear it, but it was sure memorable for me to pull up to the stadium here at Candlestick Park this morning.
They always have the Dwight Clark game Unleash your franchise. As Scott is in the back of the end zone, and the Giants will get it for the 2nd time. 3-3 game starting at their 20. Both quarterbacks have started out pretty well. Eli, the better of the two, 7 for 7. 54 yards got him down the field, and then the Giants offense couldn't move it in the red zone. Only 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Jacobs. This offensive line is starting to move some bodies out. Toughest team to run against in the NFL. That was good for 6.
Well, and I like the way that the Giants are attacking them. As I said, they're very difficult to get on the edge against this 49er team because of team speed. So the way then you've got to attack them in the running game is run it right at them, and that's where they picked up the yards with Jacobs.
3-3 after 1 on a beautiful day in San Francisco. Back after this from your local Fox station. A nice moment here as we start the second quarter. It's 2nd down and 3, and there are the numbers from the first quarter. And a thank you to the veterans from fans here in San Francisco and obviously across the NFL. Veterans Day on Friday. And it was a good opening quarter. Manning finds Cruz. A lot of room to run for Victor Cruz, and he hops out of bounds at the 48. A 21-yard catch and run. And a first down for the Giants.
Well, you're going to see Jake Ballard here. First of all, Aldon Smith, he leads the team with 6.5 sacks. They bang him on the way out, keep the pass rush in check, and then Victor Cruz work in the middle of the field, picking up a nice first down.
Best career start for Eli Manning. He's 8 for 8. 75 yards. The wind is not a factor. And no trouble moving it against this 49er defense so far. Here's Jacobs. Trouble that time and stuffed by Navarro Bowman. No gain.
Inside linebackers, Joe, for the 49ers, Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. They're as good a tandem as there is in all of football. I mean, they're kind of carbon copies of each other in terms of how they play. Both sure tacklers, both run very, very well, and they play downhill on the ball carrier.
Roommates during training camp, and Bowman got a lot of information out of Patrick Willis. This has been a breakout year. A gain of 1 by Brandon Jacobs over the right side. Bowman is actually number 2 in the NFL in tackles coming into this game for the 7-1 49ers. So you've got those two guys in the middle and then a rookie coming off the edge in Aldon Smith. He's got 6.5 sacks. It's 3rd and 9. Good pocket. The pass is caught by Manningham. And a long, good, accurate throw from Manning for 13 yards.
Yeah, we've seen Manningham now. He's gotten a lot of action his way. This is about as well a thrown ball as you can have. You have to lay this ball on the sideline. You can see Terrell Brown, the angle that he had. If that ball was anything other than where it was, there's a good chance that one's intercepted. A perfect throw by Eli Manning to pick up that first down.
As you mentioned, they were worried during the week about Manningham and his knee, Nix and his hamstring. So far, so good. First down at the 38. Manning gets rid of it quick and finds his man. Pass is caught by Manningham again. And a gain of 14.
You know, you think about the injuries, as we talked about last week, without some key players and having to rely on some other guys, and even going back to earlier in the season with Victor Cruz and some players that were really unproven. Mario Manningham now. You know, Eli Manning, he doesn't care who he throws it to. Jake Ballard, of course, what he's been able to do. I mean, line up, get open, run the route, and I'll find you if you find some separation.
Can he start 11 for 11? No. Bear pass go out of his reach. And it'll be 2nd and 10. This is in some ways, and granted we are only halfway through the season, but at the end of this year there could come a head-to-head battle between the Giants and the 49ers for a playoff advantage with a home game, as everybody's looking up to the Green Bay Packers as the best in the NFC, but the number 2 slot might be one of these two teams. And it's 2nd and 10. Juggled with a snap. That's Pasco. And Bear Pasco is to the 15. They're going to mark him a yard shy of a first down.
Yeah, you talk about these two teams, Joe, and with the 49ers at 7-1, you know, it's possible that this team could have the division wrapped up right around Thanksgiving or shortly thereafter, with still plenty of games left to play. But I think just looking at it in those terms, you lose sight of the fact of what you just said, that, you know, hey, they could be playing for not just the first round bye, they could be playing for home field advantage depending on what happens with the Packers.
Timeout taken on the field by the Giants. Back after this. 3rd down and 1. It's Jacobs, and it's a 1st down. Wrapped up by Bowman after a gain of 4. So the toughest team against the run, and on 3rd and 1, the Giants lined up and picked it up.
Bear Pasco goes in motion. Kareem McKenzie, the right tackle, he seals that edge. Pasco seals the outside, and it creates a lane then for Brandon Jacobs to not be touched until he gets to the linebacker level. Good job of executing along that offensive line, along with tight end Pasco.
Manning has hit 6 different receivers. He's got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Well, here's where it gets tough. As I said, this 49ers defense awfully stingy down here.
Pass dropped. Manningham has been busy. So far, it has been a surgical-like start for Eli Manning out here in San Francisco, with the way he is picking through this 49ers defense, which is ranked 9th overall in the NFL.
You look at what Eli Manning's already done here in the early going of this game. Just 2 incompletions, over 100 yards passing. One of those balls, as we just saw by Manningham, was dropped.
Jacobs tried to bounce to the outside, and he was brought down by Justin Smith. And it's 3rd down coming up.
Justin Smith, I mean, he's a guy who, in this 3-4 scheme, playing defensive end, is a wrecking ball over there. And one of the main reasons we talk about the linebackers and how effective they are in the run game, this guy right here not only is outstanding against the run, but he can go through an offensive lineman and get to the quarterback in the passing game as well.
He's seen a lot of losing here lately since coming from Cincinnati in 08. On 3rd down, pass is caught by Ballard, and he is knocked to the ground by Carlos Rogers.
It's one of the things that this 49er defense is so good at, is getting ball carriers, getting receivers to the ground. You don't see a lot of yards after contact with these guys. You see Carlos Rogers right there pursuing it to make a play, and another good red zone stop for this 49er defense.
Now a 25-yard try by Lawrence Tynes. Regain the 3-point lead. Nothing to it for Tynes. It was now 9 of 11 on the year. And the Giants have been impressive offensively, but just 2 field goals, up 3.
A different side of Tom Coughlin recently. Just last week, Coughlin said he was sure he was going to be dropped on his head during a locker room celebration following the Giants win over the Patriots. Brandon Jacobs started the party last week. Others quickly joined in, tossing their coach around. Coughlin said because he's a dinosaur and old school, it was in the back of his mind perhaps that the celebration went a little bit too over the top, and that he just wanted to celebrate that win, and he felt like it gave his team a great amount of confidence. Back to you.
Hey, that's a great feeling. I can tell you that that's some good emotion in that locker room. A lot of talk about players maybe not wanting to play for Tom Coughlin. The players don't hoist the head coach up like that in a post-game celebration unless they like the guy. That was a great moment.
And now Tynes knocks it out of the back of the end zone. So the 49ers down by 3 will start at their 20 when we return. Almost 21 minutes into this game, and this is only the second time the 49ers offense has been on the field. Going to get into more of Alex Smith during this possession. And 2 long Giants drives, and here is a completion out on the edge to Kyle Williams. good for 13 yards and a quick first down.
We were talking about Alex Smith a little bit earlier, Joe, and you think about the course that he's taken. It has been a rough 6 years to get to his 7th season. I thought it was interesting in talking to Jim Harbaugh when, there was a lockout and all that, but there was a little time there where he had a chance to visit with Alex Smith, and he said, hey, I just wanted to meet the guy before I watched any film and see if this is where he wanted to be. If he wanted to come back and be a part of this thing in San Francisco, and he did.
Penalty flag, free play it looks like, and Crabtree, it's batted away and picked off by Webster. But a flag is down. Webster hops right out of bounds. We'll get the early indication. It looked like the Giants were offside. Umanura.
Offside. Defense number 72 was in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
You see Osi here at the bottom of your screen. He's trying to get a jump. Couldn't tell if Alex Smith actually used hard count on that play or not. Nice play here on the outside by Corey Webster, getting a hand on it. Alex Smith just unable to get the ball out quite far enough. But using the hard count, Alex Smith may have recognized that he had a chance, because you don't see this 49er team take that many shots down the field. Recognize you got a free play, go ahead and take it.
First down and 5. We haven't seen much of Frank Gore. Pass complete. Hit on the run, and that's Crabtree, good for 21.
Well, a nice concept there. They run Teddy Ginn Jr. through the middle of this defense, and when he runs through the middle, it opens up the middle of the field then for Michael Crabtree. Zone coverage, get the safety out of the way, come in behind it with Crabtree, and there's nobody there to defense the play.
7 different receivers Alex Smith has found, and a first down. Here's Gore. On first down, he picks up 3. This December, 2 of the most storied conferences in college football culminate their seasons with 2 epic championship games for the first time in their history, and Fox Sports will bring them to you on back-to-back nights. The Pac-12 championship game Friday, December 2nd. Big Ten championship game Saturday, December 3rd. And both games only on Fox Sports. Alex Smith in his 7th year, 7 different offensive coordinators. Looks like the chains are off a little bit today, and they want to air it out against the Giants. On 2nd and 7, the pass caught. Flag flies. Crabtree has a first down. We'll see if this is offensive pass interference. It is against Crabtree. It's coming back. Pushed off at the top right there with the right arm.
Yep, right at the top of that route there. You see, anytime you get the arm extended.
10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
A lot of times these wide receivers have gotten pretty good at being able to create separation by using their elbows, not extending the arms. But I think Michael Irvin, back when he and I were playing, he took that to a whole different level, just shoving defenders off of him. And once the arm extends, you're going to get the penalty, as they got it on Crabtree.
See the play selection. Pass dominated first half for the 49ers. And with that offensive pass interference, it's 2nd and 17. Handoff to Gore, and what a nice play made in the backfield by Kiwanuka. Was the defensive player of the week last week for his efforts at New England, and this a loss of 4.
Matthias Kiwanuka, he just reads it, and he's able to get through the middle before anybody's able to pick him up. You see the center there, and it looked like Jonathan Goodwin should have probably been able to get on Kiwanuka. Kiwanuka coming off a great game last week, NFC Defensive Player of the Week against the Patriots.
Gore has had 5 straight 100-yard games. He's carried it 4 times for -1 yard. 3rd and 21, and the pass caught by Edwards. But Phillips is there to stop Braylon Edwards. Well short of first down yardage. A completion of 17. The season Akers is having. He comes onto the field to try a long field goal. of 52 yards.
Yeah, he's been, as you said, he's been perfect from this distance. Had somewhat of a rebirth out here on the Bay.
He is 4 for 4 from 50 and beyond. And now 5 for 5 and a 6-6 game. Akers good from 52 by plenty. And Alex Smith answering Eli Manning. Tied. Well, we've seen a couple of good drives by the Giants, a couple of good ones from the 49ers, 2 field goals on each side in a 6-6 game. 5 minutes left in the first half. This thing has flown by. Last week it was 0-0 at the half. Giants in New England. Here's an onside kick try, and it's recovered by the 49ers. Delaney Walker was there, and David Akers hit a beauty. Catching the Giants off guard with an onside kick try. 5 minutes left in the half.
Was kicked into the ground, recovered legally by San Francisco. First down.
It really was a great kick, as you said, Joe, by David Akers, and more the kick rather than catching the Giants sleeping. And the Giants start to go back, but they recognize immediately that it was an onside kick. They react to it, they come up. But I just think the ball placement by David Akers, and then he got the hop. It's just perfect with Walker then coming down with the ball.
During the week, head coach Jim Harbaugh said David Akers has had a perfect season so far, and that's continued here in this big matchup against the Giants. Just hit from 52 yards, and now a perfect onside kick. Along the sideline, they're going to say incomplete. At least initially. It looked like Ted Ginn Jr. was in bounds, and now they're going to say a catch.
Yeah, look from here like he was able to get his feet in. He drags the right toe. Maybe that's what the official didn't catch initially, but that's a good catch.
And one official looked like the back judge came in and overruled, and they got the call. Right now they're going to get back together and talk, at least where the ball should be spotted. And if it's enough for a first down, but the completion is good.
Then determined that the receiver who did possess the ball was half a yard short of a first down, second down.
So it's second down and half a yard.
Well, we saw Tom Coughlin over there on the sidelines. You get into games like this, tight defensive ball games, low scoring, special teams. You know, a lot of times is what tilts it in one team's favor. The big call by Jim Harbaugh, and then great execution to give the ball to the 49ers with great field position.
So now second down and 1. Gore over the left side, and he's done nothing. He loses another yard and a half. Jason Pierre-Paul came up and made the stop, and now it's third and a long 1.
Well, that's a real challenge for this Giants defense, knowing coming into this game they're going to get a heavy dose of Frank Gore, try to run the football. They've done that. They've done it really well here in the last 5 weeks, but the defensive front right here, Jason Pierre-Paul, you see how he plays off Joe Staley perfectly, comes off of him and then is able to make a play. That is not easy to do, but he made it look awfully easy.
We're going timeout. We're going timeout.
Well, you know what's coming. Timeout 49ers. San Francisco's run 18 plays, only 5 rushing plays, and that hasn't done anything. Big third down and a long 1 when we come back. Running game has not worked so far for the 49ers. Third down and really about a yard and a half with under 4 to play in the half.
Frank Gore with just 5 carries, but held to -1 yards.
What an opportunity for this Giants defense after the onside kick to get a stop. Smith over the middle, hits Delaney Walker, and he's still on his feet to the 26. A big conversion on third down by Alex Smith. who has been very good throwing it here in this first half.
He has, and he shows great patience on this play because Michael Boley is going to be the guy right there that was in the throwing lane, but Alex Smith holds the ball. He's able to do that, first of all, because he's got good protection. But he allows then Delanie Walker to get into the next window before he turns it loose. It's just a nice job by Alex Smith.
Real tight formation here by the 49ers on first down. Toss to Frank Gore running right. And there is nothing there. Up his back, Jason Pierre-Paul made the stop. Let's go back to the onside kick that set this up.
Well, you're going to see the Giants at the top. They do take a couple of steps. You've got Ramses Barden and then Paysinger, who took the 2 steps and then come up, and it's Spencer Paysinger who kind of gets the wrath there of Tom Coughlin, feeling that he could have handled that a little bit better. I thought that both of those guys, although they did retreat a couple of steps, I thought it had more to do with just a great placement by David Akers.
Akers, by the way, is 8 of 18 in his career on onside kicks, and here's a big play made by Linval Joseph. And a sack when the Giants needed it. A loss of 8.
It's a great move by Linval Joseph in the middle. He's going to put a little Dwight Freeney move on him right here. Jonathan Goodwin and then the right guard Snyder, and he puts the spin move on Snyder and is able to get right in the face then of Alex Smith.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning. And it will be third down when we come back. Big sack for Linval Joseph, his second of the season. So no yards so far for Frank Gore. 2 minutes left in the half. He's carried it 6 times. The guy who is under 150 rush yards shy of setting the San Francisco all-time rush record. He's been on quite a roll. Third down and 17. See if the 49ers try to bite off a little bit more of the yardage, make it easier on Akers. As Alex Smith in the race won't get there to the first down marker. Boley is there for the Giants, and the field goal try is made easier by that 12-yard run.
Well, great coverage by the Giants on the back, and their man coverage across the board, and that's why once Alex Smith breaks the pocket, there's nobody there immediately to make the tackle on him. A good job by him recognizing the coverage, knowing there's nothing there, and although they don't pick up the first down, sure helps David Akers here on this field goal attempt.
He just hit from 52, then kicked that onside kick. Now from 39, he put the 49ers on top for the first time today. He has been a machine. So now San Francisco on top by 3. Minute 49 left in the half. Giants 2 timeouts. Well, it's been exciting. It's been, what, 5 field goals?
Go back to that onside kick, though, by David Akers. They're able to do that. Jim Harbaugh has confidence making that call, because then if you don't get it, you know, you're confident your defense is going to hold up, even though the Giants have gotten yards, at least not give up a touchdown.
Straightaway kick, and waiting for it is Darrell Scott. He will try it this time. And Scott, who's taken over the kick return duties with Devin Thomas on the bench basically for the kickoff. A flag is down. Good return, but you typically see a penalty marked off against the return team. We'll see if that's the case. Tony Parenti will give us the call. And there's nothing that irks Tom Coughlin more than a special teams
during
penalty.
the return of the kick, holding receiving team number 53, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Starting middle linebacker Greg Jones. And that will erase a good return by Darrell Scott. If you look at Tom Coughlin and his time, he's in his 8th year as head coach of the Giants. And it's been typically a great first half and then a stumble down the stretch. 8 games under 500 as he is coaching in his 8th year with the Giants. They won Super Bowl 42 by 3. No playoff wins since they've been to the playoffs. That next season, 08. Here's Manning, and there's Cruz, and he drops it. Victor Cruz started to run. He could not have been more wide open. did not secure the catch, and it's 2nd and 10.
Carlos Rogers was the one in coverage. Just an outstanding route by Victor Cruz in order to get as open as he was. Did everything perfect. Just didn't put his hands together and make the catch. He's had a few drops this year, but he's also had a lot of sensational plays.
Eli's 12 out of 15. He's had 2 drops. But down by 3. Manning, try it again, and this time he's picked off. Intercepted by Carlos Rogers.
Well, you said it, Joe. It's the exact same route to the corner on Carlos Rogers. Starts to the outside, and Carlos Rogers isn't fooled. He's in the trail position, and when he turns with a ball that was underthrown, he's able to then make the play on it.
That is the 11th interception by this 49er defense. They're number 2 in turnover ratio around the NFL, and that's one of the ways they're winning games out here in the Bay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're creating a lot of takeaways. Carlos Rogers now with his 4th interception, and a guy who had a lot of opportunities. I know there's a lot of Redskin fans out there probably watching this saying, hey, why didn't you make those plays when you were with the Redskins? He has caught the ball when he's had the chances here with the 49ers.
That is the 7th interception of the season for Eli Manning, and now Alex Smith avoids a sack, hits Vernon Davis, who is brought down immediately by Antrell Roll. Pressure by Tuck, and a completion of 5 yards to Davis.
Well, now we'll see what this Giants defense is able to do with, again, the 49ers being given the ball with great field position.
For Rodgers, his 4th pick of the season. 2 timeouts for each team. Under a minute to go. Middle of the field is wide open, and sliding inside the 25 is Alex Smith, and Jim Harbaugh uses his speed to go call a timeout.
Well, this is what happened the last time when Alex Smith broke the pocket and picked up a lot of yardage. The Giants are in man-to-man coverage, and so you're gonna see everybody turning and running here, and no one then accounts for the quarterback. That's a lot of area right there for Alex Smith to take off and pick up the kind of yardage that he did.
That's his longest run of the season, 14 yards. It takes it to the 24. 45 seconds left and 1 timeout. Visa halftime's coming up. Kurt Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. They'll have a conversation about that overtime thriller with the Saints and the Falcons, and another 4th quarter collapse by the Eagles. You think about Alex Smith, Troy. You talk about the offensive coordinators, 7 in 7 years. That's one thing. He also had 2 defensive-minded head coaches in Mike Nolan and then Mike Singletary, one of whom Mike Nolan questioned his toughness along the way. And as Jim Harbaugh said, just to go a little further, he said, I wanted to meet him and make sure he just wasn't one of those guys who wanted to wear a baseball cap backward and stand on the sideline as the backup. He wanted it. Harbaugh brings him back. He believes in him, and Smith has flourished.
And that's the big thing right there. Jim Harbaugh believes in him. It would have been real easy for Alex Smith to say, hey, you know what? It hasn't worked out here in San Francisco. I want a fresh start elsewhere. He wanted to make it work here. And the fact that Jim Harbaugh believes in him for a quarterback, that's huge. I mean, I say he's not a young quarterback, but he is young in terms of the way he's been handled. You know, I mean, it has been a while since somebody's kind of put their arm around this kid and said, hey, you're our quarterback. You're going to be the guy who's going to take us where we want to go. And Harbaugh has come out and said, and you're an elite quarterback. You know, I mean, we debate whether or not Eli Manning is. They certainly do on every national show each week. Jim Harbaugh has been quick to come out and say, hey, I like the way Alex Smith's performing.
Alex Smith in trouble, and he gets rid of it. He had Tuck right in his face. Kendall Hunter, the intended receiver, or at least close enough to it so there's no flag.
Well, this first half, though, is really kind of gone the way that we anticipated it might, outside of the fact that Frank Gore hasn't gotten more yardage running the football. This Giants defense has been outstanding stopping the run, but a defensive battle, low scoring, and that's what you would expect with these two teams.
Boley is injured. He's been playing very well. They give him a look, and we take a break. 41 seconds left in the half. It has been a different look offensively for the 49ers today, believing they could throw the ball on the Giants, and they have. 30th ranked pass offense in the NFL at the start of the day. Second down and 10. Boley went to the locker room, wide open, and now batted in the air and intercepted. Off the hands of Ted Ginn Jr. and picked off by Webster. An easy pitch and catch, and Ginn turns it into a turnover.
Everything was good there for the 49ers. Alex Smith did a good job of directing the protection to pick up the blitz. He delivers a good ball. He just failed to make the catch by Ted Ginn Jr. This hits him right through the hands, off the helmet, it looked like. And then Corey Webster right there to make the interception.
There are turnovers, and then there are turnovers. That one really hurt San Francisco, a team that came in tied for second in the NFL with 7 giveaways. That's it. And that was a gift. Now Manning with 1 timeout throws it into the ground with heavy pressure from Ahmad Brooks.
Yeah, the way the last few possessions have gone here. First of all, great job by the Giants defensively, even though it was somewhat of a gift because of Ginn Jr. unable to make that catch. You're going to see it comes right off the headgear, and Webster there for the interception, but not giving up any points nonetheless. Right now, I think if I was the Giants, I'd just run this thing out.
Word on Michael Boley, by the way, a hamstring. He's questionable for his return. Conservative pass play and the screen for DJ Ware. And we'll see if the Giants want to even bother running another play. That could be it for the first half. They have only 1 timeout left. They can let it run out if they wish. That's it. It's been a first half that's featured 5 field goals, no punts, each side with a turnover, and this is set up for a fun second half here in San Francisco. 9-6, 49ers on top. Piece of halftime reports coming up after this from your local Fox station. Good one out in the Bay.
We're gonna win this game. 1, 2, 3.
Each side with a turnover. It's a 9-6 game at the start of the second half, and we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. That's Troy Aikman, and even though the 49ers are throwing it a little bit more than we expected, this is about the game you thought we would see coming in.
Yeah, I think if you looked at the game certainly from the defensive perspective and said, how is this game going to play out, you wouldn't anticipate a lot of points. That certainly has been the case. I thought that Frank Gore would have run the ball better than we've seen because the Giants have given up some rushing yardage. Hats off to them and the job that they've done in slowing him down. Heck, Alex Smith, he's the leading rusher for the 49ers here after 30 minutes.
You can follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. First half featured an onside kick by the 49ers. It led to the go-ahead points. This is America's game of the week, and it's turned into a good game. Important in the NFC for positioning at this point behind the Green Bay Packers, who are the only undefeated team remaining. Let's go down to the field and Pam Oliver.
Joe, Jim Harbaugh masterfully avoided answering any direct questions. I asked him, how do you get Frank Gore going in the second half? He said, we got good pass protection, and Alex is playing well. Tom Coughlin, meantime, talking about that onside kick, he said, they just got us. We worked on that all week. Michael Boley is out for this game. Brandon Jacobs walked past me coming out of the locker room. He said, they're scared. Back to you.
All right. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of Brandon's, that's what he does. They're scared. I haven't seen anybody scared today.
No, I've just seen two good defensive teams play awfully solid.
Play action from Alex Smith on first down, and there's Delanie Walker. First down, a completion of 14 yards.
You know, Vernon Davis obviously gets a lot of attention for this offense because of some of the things that he's able to do. Delanie Walker, in my opinion, he's kind of the guy who makes it all work. Not only, you know, with some of the things they do within the passing game, like that play there, but probably more importantly within the running game. He lines up in a lot of different positions, blocks from a lot of different platforms. He's the type of guy you need on your football team to be pretty good.
Handoff is to Kendall Hunter. And the smaller of the two backs has a nice gain of 11 yards and a first down, brought down by Umenyiora and Antrel Roll.
Well, they got some pressure inside. It looked like it was from Justin Tuck, and Spencer Paysinger, he was spinning around in circles on the outside there, trying to figure out how he was going to get Kendall Hunter on the ground.
Smith fires, and wide open with a catch is Ted Ginn Jr., who was responsible for the interception off his hands at the end of the first half that took, you would think, points off the board for the 49ers.
You see what speed does for a receiver right there working against Michael Coe, and as soon as he threatens that space, there's a period there of about 17 yards where a defensive back, if a receiver is still accelerating, you obviously then think he's going to go by you. Good job of using the speed to create separation and then come down the sidelines for the reception.
49ers have run 3 plays and have 3 first downs. And now a nice gain on first down by Anthony Dixon. His first carry of the day, good for 8. This was a team, the 49ers, that drafted Glenn Coffey a couple of years ago, 3rd-round pick out of Alabama. He retired prior to 2010. Didn't have it for football anymore, and they thought they were going to groom him to take over for Gore. Now Gore is re-up with a new deal, and they have Hunter and Dixon behind him.
And maybe the reason that we're seeing Gore on the sidelines, you know, he re-injured that ankle last week, was bothering him some this week in practice. He reactivated that during the first half.
Hunter over the left side, trying to fight his way for a first down, and it looks like he got it. Good strong run by Hunter. And with where the official ran in, it looked like he might have it, but we'll see if that differs from where they place the ball. It's awfully close. Either 3rd and inches or a first down for the 49ers, who are up by 3.
Well, I think to open up here this second half and get the ball to Hunter and then also Anthony Dixon, no Gore. But yet they've been able to get a little bit of something going here in the ground game.
And it is a first down. Hunter's not a big guy. He's 5'7", 199. Their 4th-round pick, a rookie from Oklahoma State. He ran into some bodies, but kept his legs moving and driving, and he got the first down.
A little bit like Frank Gore in that Gore is listed at 5'9", and he's able to duck and duke in behind these offensive linemen, and you know, he's a hard guy to find for the linebacker as well. If he's difficult to find, you can only imagine what it's like then trying to locate Kendall Hunter at 5'7".
Gore's got about 20 pounds on Hunter. It's a first down for the 49ers. Empty backfield behind Alex Smith, and over the middle it's Delanie Walker. A stiff arm, a first down near the 10. And he stiff-armed Kiwanuka.
They run the vertical routes in the middle of the field and then run Delanie Walker underneath that on a shallow crossing route. Alex Smith wanted to go down the field, not there, comes underneath. Good patience on his part, but if Kiwanuka is able to make that play, it's a minimal gain. But with the broken tackle with Delanie Walker, it turns into a nice play.
Of 18 yards and a first down at the 10. Crabtree. Defending out there and defending well, Corey Webster, who got the interception on the deflection off the hands of Ted Ginn Jr. at the end of the first half.
It was a well-thrown ball, too. We knew he had Webster underneath, and if he could get it past Webster with Crabtree coming up the sidelines, he had a chance. And Crabtree tried to make the play, just unable to do so. But now we'll see whether or not the Giants, if they'll be able to hold up and keep the 49ers from scoring the game's first touchdown.
Alex Smith likes the size and leaping ability of Braylon Edwards. And he goes in his direction, leads him too much, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Chance on that. If Braylon Edwards had looked like he might have been able to break it off a little bit sharper, which would have created a little more separation for Smith. But still, with that being said, there was a spot right there that if Smith had been able to put that on him a little bit better, it would have been a touchdown.
Coe is out there at left corner with Aaron Ross off the field. Now Coe inside. Ross has a leg contusion. The starting corner opposite Webster. On 3rd and goal. Pass is incomplete for Braylon Edwards. And out there was Webster. They went that direction every play, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and I think for the Giants, you got to be pleased with the job that they just did. What we've seen now from both of these offenses is they've been able to move the ball, but once they've gotten down in the red zone, neither team has been able to put it away. Of course, as we talked about, the 49ers defensively are the best in football in the red zone. The Giants, on the other hand, they're 13th coming into this game, but they've been outstanding here in this one.
Akers drills it. He is 4 for 4, and it's a 6-point game. Tom Coughlin encourages that defense as they shut down again in the red zone. Well, come speeding with us, I guess, across the bridge as we have 11:14 left in the 3rd quarter, a 6-point game. Laney Walker, a big part of that 70-yard drive on 10 plays. As Akers kicks it away. And he is doing everything right today. How about Jason Pierre-Paul? It's a 6-point game. Talk about that when we come back. We have had 6 field goals in this game, no punts to this point, with 11:14 left in the 3rd quarter. First possession for the Giants, down 6. Manning rolling out to his right, airing it out. Downfield, great coverage, and incomplete. Victor Cruz, the intended receiver. Rodgers was back there with Dante Whitner.
And they try to double move on the outside off of play action to afford Manning extra time. There's a double move, but just great coverage by Carlos Rodgers to the outside, and then he got helped by Whitner from the inside from the safety position. Go backed up, try to see if maybe you can't get a big one down the field, but good coverage there by the 49ers.
And it's 2nd and 10. Then hand to Jacobs. Got to the edge on the right side, and Brandon Jacobs gets 6, brought down by Carlos Rodgers, who's been busy. We look ahead to next Sunday and the matchups. Cowboys and Redskins early. Cowboys won big today. Buccaneers, Packers, Panthers, Lions later on in the day. It's a single header week. Cardinals and these 49ers. Seahawks and Rams. This is America's game of the week. It's 3rd down and 4. Manning, down he goes. And it's Patrick Willis who gets him a loss of 9.
You see Patrick Willis, and what the twist here is that they run. First they bring Navarro Bowman in, and then that forces Jacobs to pick him up, which gives Willis a free run right up the gut on Manning.
And this will be the first punt of the day. It's Weatherford with Ted Ginn Jr. waiting. He's number 5 in the NFL at 12.5 yards per punt return. Good punt. And did that touch Ginn? Evidently not. It's touched by the Giants. Michael Coe. And you can hear some of the players yelling, "That touched him." The officials have not signaled anything. It looks like it belongs to the 49ers. Let's take a look. Tough to tell. It belongs to the Niners, up 6. About 10 seconds ago, Tom Coughlin threw the challenge flag. Somebody upstairs is looking at replays and telling Coughlin whether to challenge or not.
The New York
looked
Giants
at this.
are challenging the ruling on the field that a San Francisco receiver did not
almost
touch
hit
the football.
Ginn. It didn't look like it got him, and then it almost hit C.J. Spillman coming by. But we have not seen any angle that shows that it hit a 49er definitively. So we'll get the call when we come back. We'll get the call now from Parenti. It still looks like the 49ers will keep the ball. Challenged by the Giants.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field will stand. The ball was not touched by a San Francisco receiver. It will be San Francisco's ball, first down. New York Giants will be charged with their first timeout.
A little surprised by that challenge by Tom Coughlin. Obviously somebody upstairs saw something, but they got the same shots that we showed, and there was nothing there to indicate that, you know, although it was close, as you said, Joe, there was nothing that indicated it had touched anybody.
So that's just giving a timeout away, and now it's a first down for the 49ers at the 35. Up by 6. Kendall Hunter. Nice play by Coe. Came in to make the tackle, and Hunter goes backward, a loss of 2, and yet again another possession, and Gore is not out on the field. By the way, Aaron Ross is back for the Giants. Was out the last possession with a leg contusion.
Yeah, you know, you look at Gore, of course, just 6 carries, but no yards. Longest run was 3 yards. Take nothing away from this Giants defense. Defensive line dominating that line of scrimmage, but I would have to guess that ankle is giving him some problems.
We're not going to have to guess much longer. We're going to go down to Pam Oliver for an update after this second down and 12 play. Delaney Walker is taken to the ground immediately by Webster. Gain of 5. Let's go down to the field and Pam.
Well, Joe, Troy mentioned that ankle injury. Now Frank Gore has another one to go with it. It's a knee injury, and apparently he's coming into the game now. He was questionable, but I guess he's good to go. Back to you.
So he answers the questions that he's okay. A knee and an ankle, and Corey Webster, who made that stop, is slow to get up. The tackle on Delaney Walker. Third down for the 49ers when we come back. Good news for the Giants. Corey Webster got up and jogged off the field. Derek Martin is in the lineup now, former Green Bay Packer. A team that's lost Terrell Thomas and Bruce Johnson and Witherspoon and Tryon. There's Martin being circled. He's across from Braylon Edwards. See if they go that direction on 3rd and 7. Smith is hit as he let it go, and it will drop untouched. Umenyiora got in there and drilled Alex Smith on the throw, and it's 4th down, so a stop for the Giants defense.
Alex Smith, he kind of slid right into that contact by O.C. Umenyiora. I thought Joe Staley was in a pretty good position on the block, and you're going to see Alex Smith starts working to his left right then into the lap of O.C. Umenyiora. Fortunate that that ball was not intercepted.
First punt by Lee, who's having a good season. Victor Cruz from the 5. Larry Grant is out there defending for the 49ers after a good 57-yard punt by Andy Lee. Giants have the football down 6. This November, you can join the NFL Salute to Service campaign to honor our nation's veterans and active servicemen and women. Learn more at NFL.com/salute. Tuskegee Airmen, honorary captains of today's game. Leslie Williams, Leroy Gillade, Harold Hoskins, George Potter, Edward Woodward. Glad that they're with us here today, and nice salute to the veterans here at Candlestick Park, beginning of the second quarter. On first down, here is Jacobs. Picks up 2.5. First guy there, Paris Harrelson. For the Giants, their first 2 possessions, they had a total of 9 first downs. Last 3 drives, they do not have a first down. And here's what they've done on their last 3 possessions.
We saw in the early part of this game the Giants having a little bit of success running the football, but then as expected, this 49er defense really tightened up. The longest run of the day for the Giants, just 7 yards.
Second down and 7. Jacobs is brought down shy of the 20. Gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Sopoaga, that big nose tackle there to make the stop. This guy is such a good athlete. He's 6'2", 330, 30-year-old out of Hawaii, and before the game he's just flicking the ball 50 yards, and watch him run a pass route.
Well, they use him on the offensive side of the ball in short yardage situations. They also put him out on routes, and why not? He already has a reception this season. He's a gifted athlete in the middle of that defense.
Third down and 7. Manning throws for Cruz. What a throw and catch. And Victor Cruz on third down and 7 beats Carlos Rogers, and that's good for 36. What a throw.
It was a great throw, and you're going to see, because of where Victor Cruz was on the field, he really afforded Eli Manning a lot of space to lay that ball. All that room then from the numbers out to the sideline. A perfectly thrown ball. Victor Cruz clearly with 2-3 steps on Carlos Rogers.
There's a day for Cruz, who has been so good in the second half of games this season, as has Eli Manning on first down. Manning near sideline, Nixon, incomplete as Goldson almost got both feet down.
Good job there by the safety. Goldson, even when Eli Manning was working the other way, he held his ground so that he could get help over the top. The left foot there on the sideline. Good call by the official, but that's great range there by Goldson getting over the top. I don't know if Eli saw him or not, or just thought he could fit it in, but he was fortunate to get away with that one.
Second down and 10. Jacobs, room to run. And he's got a first down, forced out by Terrell Brown after a run of 15 yards. And now the Giants come to life offensively as they have a first down inside the 49er 30.
You're going to see Snee, right guard, he pulls out. And that's the play that they had some success on there in the first quarter. They're able to get Jacobs then, on Terrell Brown one-on-one. That's a 15-yard run, as you said, Joe, and you just don't see that kind of yardage picked up on the ground against this 49er defense. They've given up the fewest runs of 10 yards all season long.
DJ Ware at the bottom of your screen, and this one's dead before it starts.
Start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And in this 6-point game, we remind you, you can get coverage of every NFL game with NFL Mobile. Call ** NFL now. And here's the false start to make it 1st and 15.
Yeah, David Deal at left guard right here. Can't tell if they're working off a silent count or not. It looks like they are. And when Boss raises his head, it looked like it might have thrown Deal off.
Only 5 total penalties in this game. Giants have 3 of them. On 1st and 15, wide open is the tight end Pasco. He ran right over Carlos Rogers and fires up his sideline with a catch and run of 14 yards.
Well, it was a well-thrown ball by Eli because Pasco's then able to catch it in stride and turn up, and rather than just run out of bounds Old sideline sheriff right there decides to take on Carlos Rogers, who clearly he has a size advantage of, or size advantage on, I should say. Nice job of getting some extra yards to finish that run.
6'5", 283 pounds. Bear Pasco is 260-pound running back. Jacobs gets a first down. Rogers is only 6 feet 192, and now it's a first down inside the 20 with the ball at the 17. And for as good as the pass game has been this year for the Giants, Kevin Gilbride, their offensive coordinator, never seems to abandon the running game. And he has watched Jacobs rack up 55 yards.
Now you go back and look at the teams that have run the ball well. Most of the good yards come in the fourth quarter, so you've got to stick with it even when you're not having much with it early in the game.
Jacobs tries the left side and turns it into maybe a half-yard gain. Patrick Willis was the one that was out there defending and made that play work for the 49ers defensively.
Well, Patrick Willis, I said earlier, I mean, he might very well be the best linebacker in football. If not the best linebacker, he's certainly the fastest linebacker. Nobody runs like this guy. I thought it was interesting. Almost got that one knocked out, too. He's good at that. He had a couple of them last week.
Second and 9. Manning slides to his left and wants to take off. Turns it into at least a positive play, a gain of 4. Navarro Bowman there for the 49ers.
49ers came up and locked up man-to-man coverage and really nowhere to go with the ball for Eli, so he just got as much out of it as he could. Terrell Brown, you see him, he got away with a little bit of a hold there. He came up on that previous play grabbing his calf as though he might have had a cramp or something going on with his legs, but he was able to stay in the ball game.
It's third down and 5. Blitz. Manning to the end zone. Pass is caught for the touchdown. Mario Manningham. Manning drops it in there, and with the extra point coming, the Giants can go back on top.
Let's see if he got his feet in bounds. There's one, there's two. That's a great job. A perfect throw by Eli Manning over Culver for the touchdown. You see Culver, he even aligns at the start of the play. He's in off coverage so that he won't give up that fade route to the corner. But yet Manningham's still able to go right by him, and with a perfect throw, it couldn't be defensed.
Now a challenge flag thrown out by Jim Harbaugh. Actually just taking a look at it upstairs with a scoring review, and that looks to all of us like a clean touchdown. That's the first touchdown of the game. It'll be a 13-yard score, and it was a big 36-yard completion to Victor Cruz to set it up. But right now we're in a scoring review with under 2.5 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and pretty good stuff too by Mario Manningham. We talked about it, the fact that Nix missed last week's game against the Patriots, and then all of a sudden just a couple days ago Manningham shows up on the injury report with a knee injury. Not sure whether or not he's going to be able to play, yet here he is in this game. You know, he's been the go-to guy here in this ball game, and it seems like each week this Giants team, which is why they are such a good team, somebody emerges. It's not always the same guy. Last week, Jake Ballard, who's been relatively quiet this week with just 1 reception, but Mario Manningham making the most of the opportunities he's been getting.
So it was a third down completion by Eli Manning to Victor Cruz on a 3rd and 7 to help get him down the field, and then dropping in a beauty into the arms of Mario Manningham.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
For the touchdown, and now the extra point coming. The Giants can go back on top. It's been a good game. 13-12 as the Giants go in front on this.
Well, you're going to see the route again. Culliver, who was in a pretty good position initially, but then he looked inside and was a little lazy then in coverage after that. But a perfectly thrown ball by Eli Manning to the corner.
Tom Coughlin has watched Eli Manning develop. Now, there was never a stretch in Eli's career like he had in the postseason in '07 when the Giants won the Super Bowl. It was the MVP of Super Bowl 42. But this season, he has had 5 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter, which is the most in the NFL. He has been clutch when it's counted. He's found new weapons with guys like Jake Ballard, Victor Cruz. And any defense now knows that there has to be at least some of that fear in there that you can have Eli Manning down. But this year it's been Eli with not just the opportunity, but with making good on that opportunity in the last quarter.
Well, he hasn't had the big swings in his performance this year. You know, I mean, he's been solid. I didn't think he opened up the season that great against Washington. Against Seattle, he had 3 interceptions, but I thought he played well overall in that game. I just think he's been solid each and every week. They've been able to depend on what they're going to get.
On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. out to the 25. Go for a game break. Here's Kurt.
Maybe it's time to start talking about this Bears team, particularly their defense. Major Wright picks off Matthew Stafford. 3rd turnover of the game, 17 points off those turnovers for the Bears, and they lead at 27-6 early in the 3rd quarter. Joe, Troy, and Pam.
So if you talk about this as an opportunity for the 49ers, it certainly is today for Chicago, playing Detroit right in front of them in the division. Bears trying to go back-to-back weeks, winning against the Eagles and now the Lions. Mark Ginn down to the 26. That's where this drive begins. Alex Smith in trouble. Just throws it away. And outside the pocket, incomplete. Pressured by Jason Pierre-Paul. It's 2nd and 10.
They had plenty of time. You can't ask an offensive line to do any more than what they did for Alex Smith right there. And he's just not able to find anywhere to go with the ball.
They're the offensive leaders. Frank Gore not on the list. And it's more of Kendall Hunter in the backfield with Gore on the sideline.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty remains. 2nd down.
They get Upati for the false start.
You can see here's what the 49ers do when they really want to crank things up within their running game. They've got 5 guys from the center over. All 3 tight ends are in the ball game. And so they overload one side, and a lot of times you would then think that that's where they're going to run the ball, but a lot of times even with just 2 blockers to the backside of that, they'll still run weak side.
Second down and 15. Blitz coming, 49ers pick it up. That ball was tipped in the air. Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And Antrell Roll, who was coming on a blitz, got up and got a piece.
Talk about it every time we have a Giants game. I really like this Antrell Roll, and he's such a versatile guy, as I said before, coming into the league as a cover guy, and he leads this team in tackles. So he brings some coverage skills, certainly. Then when he drops down in the box, he plays like a linebacker for a guy who's really not all that big.
Alex Smith trying to make something happen. Gets whacked out of bounds by Spencer Pazinger. Looked like Alex was going to slide along the line of scrimmage and look to go downfield. There was just nothing there.
No, there wasn't. And the Giants, they went man coverage and just had everybody covered up. We've seen that now a couple of times. There's a hit at the end of that play, and yeah, you do that once or twice as a quarterback. You learn that, hey, I'll give up even another yard or 2 if it means not taking the lick like that. I can guarantee you Harbaugh not happy about Alex Smith taking that kind of lick.
Guy who's had surgery on that right shoulder. That's right where he got the hit. Victor Cruz waiting for the punt from Andy Lee. And Cruz, the Giants up by a point, making it happen. Penalty flag is down just outside the 36. As Cruz, who was taken over for Aaron Ross back there. Ross put it on the ground last week. An 8-yard return, but there is a flag down. So Tony Corrente will sort it out, and the Giants will have it up by 1.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the New York Giants. Illegal block on the back, receiving team number 22 during the return of the kick. This is declined. Holding, receiving team number 22 during the kick. This penalty will be accepted 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
They get 2 on Derek Martin. You saw the first, and there's the second. And that's got Aikman shaking his head up here in the broadcast booth as that moves the ball back to the 15-yard line.
I think that was a pretty easy call there by the official. Derek Martin just takes the guy out right from behind.
So now up by 1. Here are the Giants starting at the 15. DJ Ware in the lineup for New York. Off the arms of Victor Cruz, who has emerged as a big fourth-quarter weapon for Eli Manning. We came into this game, as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth, talking about a coming-out party for San Francisco. And while they're down by a point, it's been a good game, and I think both teams have played pretty well.
No, I think so too. I mean, it's been a well-played ball game, and I think that, you know, right here, the 49ers, this is where they've been pretty dangerous defensively in creating takeaways in these types of games.
Delayed handoff is to Ware. DJ Ware with a nice run on 2nd and 10 of 6. Makes it an easier third down for New York.
Yeah, you think about it as we wind down this third quarter. Both of these teams certainly are accustomed to playing in these types of games. Really all the teams around the league, when you consider how many of them come down to just a one-possession game in the fourth. But the Giants certainly have. But the 49ers, this is their style. This is what they're accustomed to. An offense that doesn't score a great deal of points. They're always tight. And the defense generally is what helps them by creating a takeaway in these situations.
Manning flushed out of the pocket, chased, throws, floats it, incomplete, and he had Nix wide open. But on the run, short hops number 88. Under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Now here's the rookie Aldon Smith, who comes in on passing downs to try to apply some pressure. Eli Manning's able to get on the edge. You're right. He had a chance had he had been able to lay that a little bit better to Hakeem Nicks. Would have been able to pick up that first down.
Instead, it's a third down stop for the 49ers defense. And a good punt by Weatherford. They keep it away from Ted Ginn Jr. So you can keep it away from Ginn, but that ball is marked right at midfield.
You know, coming into the game, I know Tom Coughlin said they did not want to give the ball right down the middle to Ginn Jr. Weatherford does a good job of angling. This one came off the side of his foot, just obviously a little too much. From here, it looked like it was an excellent punt, but then when the official started to track where it went out of bounds, boy, the 49ers picked up a lot of good yards there.
Just a 29-yard punt. San Francisco at midfield. They hand to Hunter. Gets to the edge. Kiwanuka brings him down. Out of bounds, and that should be it for the third quarter here in San Francisco. What a good game. Not a lot of points. Top scoring defense, the 49ers in the league, allowing just 14.5 per game. And after that punt, 29-yarder by Weatherford, Tom Coughlin, the welcoming committee for Weatherford, back on the sideline. 49ers have it, down 1. 49ers started this day with a 5-game lead in a division they haven't won since 2002. There's Frank Gore on the sideline while Kendall Hunter gets the carries down. A knee injury to go with his ankle injury is the report from the sideline. And here's Anthony Dixon. He's a yard shy of a first down. That 2002 season, Troy, they ended up beating, the 49ers did, the Giants in the wild card round 39-38. But it's been a while for a taste of success, and Jim Harbaugh has really changed the feel out here with this organization in a very short time.
Well, he sure has. And you think about his stop at San Diego and then, of course, at Stanford. I mean, this guy, he's had success everywhere he's been in his short career.
Walker was shifting, and we'll see who gets the flag.
You know, they did that last week in that game against Washington, and it was against the 49ers.
Defense number 71. Stepped in the neutral zone, causing an offensive lineman a false start. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Coughlin's arguing that they're basically simulating a snap or movement up front. And what do you expect Hollison to do?
Yeah, last week Alex Smith was in shotgun, and it was when he asked for the ball that the shift was made. This week, the 49ers are so abrupt in how they shift that you can certainly see where that would then cause reaction by the defense.
Handoff is to Hunter. Nice run on first down. Picked up 6. And they are inside field goal range for David Akers, the way he's been kicking. Now 2nd down and 4.
Anytime you lose Frank Gore, you wonder how you're going to get some production on the ground. But Kendall Hunter, he's come in and he's done a nice job.
Be a 49-yard try from here, in case you're wondering. It's only 2nd down. Smith finds a wide open Vernon Davis. A leap and a touchdown.
Sure looked to me like Greg Jones, the rookie linebacker, might have been the one who busted coverage. Right here, you're going to see Vernon Davis come right across his face. They're in man coverage everywhere else. Sure looked like he should have then been the guy who was in coverage on the tight end, Vernon Davis, but he turns him loose. It was either him or there was a safety to that side, Joe, that I couldn't see exactly who that was, but clearly everybody in man coverage and whoever was responsible for Vernon Davis failed to go with him, and that's why he was as open as he was.
And now going for 2 to make this a 7-point game. Are the 49ers, this is their first 2-point try of the season. Crabtree started in the backfield and ends up in the end zone. It's a 7-point game. Here it is. In motion out of the backfield. Crabtree is in. After the touchdown by Davis. 49ers up 7. Good matchup here today in San Francisco. 49ers and Giants. San Francisco now up 7. Darrell Scott from the end zone. To the 10. Colin Jones, a rookie 6th-round pick out of TCU. Made the tackle, and we go back to the touchdown to Vernon Davis.
Yeah, you know, you look at it again. This is Antrell Roll. He might have been the guy who was responsible for Vernon Davis, and Greg Jones could have been in coverage on the tailback, but it was one of those 2 guys. As I said, they're in man coverage everywhere across the board. and nobody went with Vernon Davis. I would have to guess that it's Antrel Rolle. I wouldn't think they'd want to match up Greg Jones on Davis. Antrel Rolle would make more sense.
Start this drive with Brandon Jacobs for Vernon Davis's 4th touchdown. None bigger than that last one. For the 7-1 49ers. Eli Manning is the top-rated quarterback across the NFL in the 4th quarter, and the Giants are going to need him to be good, down by 7. It's 2nd and 7. Manning keeps it. Now throws it. And Rodgers is there for the 49ers. A rolling interception down inside the 20.
First of all, we'll see if, in fact, he was able to make the catch on it. He's got his arms underneath it, no question. Carlos Rogers with a 2nd interception. Here's the route. Manningham stops at the route. He starts, he's in man coverage. Eli is expecting him. I don't think he was going to get open anyway. Rodgers was in a great position to defend that. He had position underneath, but Eli thought that he was going to continue on the route with man coverage. You have to keep running. He throws it, and when Manningham stops, Carlos is the only guy there to make a play.
Hey. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
Hand off to Hunter. Touchdown.
Good execution there by the offense. You're going to see Snyder. He's going to kick out, and then you've got Miller, who's leading the way. He kicks out on Kiwanuka. Miller seals the linebacker there on Jones, and it creates the lane for Whitner for the touchdown. Or excuse me, for Hunter on the touchdown.
And for Hunter, his 2nd of the season. 49ers with 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion on their last 3 snaps. Here's the pick by Rodgers. And on the very next play, Kendall Hunter scoots in. And just like that, the 49ers up 14. It's been a renewal for Carlos Rodgers out here in San Francisco, former 9th overall pick by the Washington Redskins when he came out of Auburn. He gets the interception. Kendall Hunter gets the touchdown. And the Giants down by 14 will start at the 20. Rodgers got the pick out of the hand of Eli Manning. The OT is coming up right after football here on Fox. And another wild day around the NFL. As DJ Ware is taken to the ground by Donte Whitner, we go back to the interception.
Yeah, you're going to get a chance to see exactly what Eli Manning saw on this play. He slides to his left. He sees at the top of his route right here Mario Manningham. He's expecting him to stay on the move because of the man coverage, and as he's turning it loose, Manningham stops. Carlos Rogers the only guy there.
DJ Ware gets it for the 2nd time, a gain of 3. Eli has been picked off twice in his last 10 throws. And now the 49ers lead by 14, and the Giants need something to happen, although there's still 11 and a half minutes to go. Got off to the best start of his career in a game, 10 for 10. Thrown 2 picks since. 3rd and 3. Over the middle, wide open for the first down is Ballard. And Jake Ballard, who is becoming a star in his own way for the Giants, is good for 16.
Yeah, free release off the line of scrimmage. Whitner's playing him outside leverage, and as Ballard then goes to the middle of the field, It's a pretty easy first down connection for Jake Ballard.
Just his second catch. Manning buys some time and throws it away, but a flag is thrown in the secondary.
Right over there where Terrell Brown was covering Manningham. I didn't see much. I'm not sure what this call is going to be.
Part of the pass, illegal contact, defense number 25. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
We'll see, it must be at the top of the route here. Yeah, there's the hold. That's what he got him. He got him with the hold, and Eli, of course, he didn't see the hold. He's just getting rid of it to avoid the sack, but a nice call.
And a first down at the Giants 49. One sack belongs to Patrick Willis. Manning finds his tight end again. Ballard with the leaping catch at the 35.
Yeah, that's a nice job there by Ballard and a good throw by Eli Manning. I mean, you got Patrick Willis who's in coverage, and as I said, he's as fast as anybody in football at the linebacker position, but you see the job that Ballard does. He makes Willis think he's going to the middle of the field. We saw the catch last week against the Patriots. That's what Willis was anticipating, that same route. Breaks to the outside and gets open.
Hand off to Ware. DJ Ware gets 5.
This is a big drive right now, obviously, for the New York Giants, and being able to come away with a touchdown on this drive. If they're able to do that, then they're able to put the pressure right back on the 49ers offensively. Of course, if the 49ers are able to hold up here and not give up anything more than a field goal attempt, that'll be a win for them.
Second down and 5. Delayed handoff to Ware, and that did not work. You name it, they were in on the stop. Carlos Rogers, Navarro Bowman, and a wall of 49er jerseys makes it 3rd and 7.
And Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, he dialed up a nice blitz off the slot right where Kevin Gilbride had called the running play, and so they had a lot of bodies over there to snuff that one out.
3rd down and 7. You have to believe 2 downs to get 7 yards. Blitz. Manning throws. What a throw! Touchdown, Knicks. A beautiful combination, Eli Manning to Hakeem Nicks. And the Giants are right back in it.
See the route. Nicks gets an inside release. Well, if you get an inside release, you've got to then expect the ball to the outside. That's where Eli knows he can put it without any danger. He lays it beautifully. The 49ers brought a blitz. They bring Golson, the safety, but because of the depth that he came from, there's no way he was going to be able to get to Eli Manning. Eli, with plenty of time, lays it beautifully. Nice drive, Giants.
Just what they needed. Down by 7. About to kick it back to the 49ers on 3rd and 7. 32 yards for the touchdown to Nicks. Well, Eli Manning has been so good in the 4th quarter this season, takes his team 80 yards, went 3 for 3 on the drive, including the 32-yarder to Nicks on 3rd and 7. What a game. 49ers and Giants, 7-point game, 8.5 to go. Ted Ginn Jr. Devin Thomas can't bring him down, but a flag will be thrown, and they are going to get C.J. Spillman as he dragged Devin Thomas to the ground.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 27. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, there's the penalty. And then here's the touchdown. You can see Deshaun Goldson right here. He's coming on the blitz. The ball snapped a little sooner than he anticipated. He didn't time it very well, but because of that, Eli knew he had one-on-one across the board. Nix gets a step, but what a well-thrown ball by Eli Manning, laying it out on the outside shoulder perfectly for the touchdown.
4th touchdown of the season for Nix. 8.5 to go. Penalty takes the ball to the 14. Underneath, it's Hunter out of the backfield, knocked down immediately by Roll. Gain of 4.
That's what I was talking about earlier, that if the Giants, as they were able to do, go in and score and cut this to a 7-point game, now you put the pressure back on this offense and Jim Harbaugh, and now they're going to call this game. You know, then it's no longer about, well, we'll run the ball, just try to take time off the clock, rely on our defense, and you've got to be a little bit more aggressive in your play calling now, knowing that you want to keep the Giants offense off the field.
Smith rolling to his right, hits Delaney Walker, and a good tackle by Roll. He made the tackle on Kendall Hunter, and now he gets Delaney Walker, a gain of 2, 3rd down coming up.
That's a nice job out in the open field. Delaney Walker's a big guy, and as I said earlier, Antrel Roll, he's not the biggest guy, but he is a good tackler, and he enjoys doing it. That's a big stop right there. You look at 49ers on 3rd down today, they have not been that good.
Just 3 of 9 as they face 3rd and 4. Penalty flag on the play as Alex Smith is sacked. O.C. Umenyiora, but there is a flag down. This will be interesting. If it's against the Giants for an offside or something of that sort, it's a 1st down with the yardage. If it's against the 49ers, a punt is coming.
Offside, offense number 17, lined up beyond the neutral zone. This penalty is declined. The results of the play, 4th down.
So the punt coming, and it's Braylon Edwards who was lined up in front of the football.
You don't get that very often, because normally when those receivers, when they come up, they check to the outside official and make sure that they're not in the neutral zone. Braylon Edwards was. It didn't much matter with the pressure that the Giants were able to get on Smith.
Victor Cruz waits for the punt. A quick 3 and out. Giants defense does its job. Good punt. Lee's had a good year. From the 30. Well covered downfield. That was C.J. Spillman on the stop, and a return of only 6 yards. Now penalty flag is thrown back inside the 25. And Tony Corrente will give us this call.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 22. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down.
That's Derek Martin again. So another special teams penalty on Tom Coughlin's Giants.
Well, you know, Tom Coughlin, he takes such pride in special teams play, and I think it might be right here. It's just not smart play. I mean, there's a lot of times these officials can nitpick and call fouls and penalties on some of these plays, but Derek Martin, he has certainly been guilty of the ones they've called on him.
The last drive started at the 20, ended up in the end zone. This drive starts at the 20. Victor Cruz picks up 5. Victor Cruz has the most receiving yards in the 4th quarter around the NFL, which is impressive considering he really didn't step forward until week 3 when he took over for Dominic Hickson. Number 2 in receptions, and Eli looks his way a lot. 2nd and 5. DJ Ware has got a 1st down. Dante Whitner on the stop. Under 6 to go. Giants, because of that challenge that didn't go their way, they have 2 timeouts.
Go back to what we've said about Kevin Gilbride. I mean, it sure is nice on second down like that to be able to hand it off and pick up the first down. Kevin Gilbride has continued to maintain at least some balance with the running game throughout this game.
Manning finds Ware. DJ Ware is out across the 35.
And you can see Ware, I mean, at the end of that play, just trying to secure the football and make sure that he doesn't put it on the ground. We talk about it, this 49er defense, best in the National Football League, forcing fumbles. You see here at the end of this play, when there's going to be contact made, he'll try to protect the ball. He's got 3 49ers going after him.
Under 5 to go, 2nd and 3. Jacobs gets it. Willis makes a play. A loss of 4.
Well, this is why you have a hard time running to the sideline against the 49ers. You're going to see Patrick Willis. He's able to shoot the gap. Sometimes a guy without any kind of speed, they're not able to run that running back down from behind. Of course, Patrick Willis, he's able to do that without any problem at all.
Makes it 3rd and 7. Manning, Willis. And Patrick Willis just showed us all that speed that Vic Fangio, his defensive coordinator, talked about.
Now, great coverage down the field. Eli Manning with the man coverage thought that he would be able to pick up the first down because nobody would be accounting for him. But you're going to see Patrick Willis. He started on the other side of the line of scrimmage and just kept playing. And as soon as he saw Eli Manning scramble, he was able to run him down.
The offense left the field. Now it's back out there. And they're going to go for it on 4th down. Timeout will be taken by the 49ers. They had run their defense off the field. We'll see if Tom Coughlin sticks with going for it on 4th down.
Well, we'll first see this play here by Patrick Willis right here in the middle. He starts to the left and he's just watching Eli Manning, and then Eli, I mean, if it weren't for Patrick Willis, he had a lot of open field there. He picks up the first down without any problem. Now, to go back to this 4th down, I don't agree with this at all. I mean, there's 3.5 minutes left to play. If they don't pick this up, game's over. You know, I mean, essentially, because the 49ers would be in field goal range when they get the ball, and all they have to do is get a few yards, run out the clock, or kick a field goal and make it a 2-possession game. But I think the way the defense has been able to stop the 49ers, they still have, what, 2 timeouts left with a 2-minute warning. I would punt the ball here.
It's 4th down and 6.
Well, the 49ers are going to be expecting some type of hard count to draw them off sides.
Rolling off his back foot, and this pass is caught. Mario Manningham with his biggest reception so far. 18 yards on 4th and 6.
And Eli Manning delivers a strike with Ray McDonald right in his face. I mean, a corner route by Mario Manningham. Excellent route against the safety, Dante Whitner. But Eli Manning, number 91, Ray McDonald, is going to be right in his face, and Eli lays it out there perfectly. A nice execution.
The challenge flag is thrown by Jim Harbaugh. So somebody, either he obviously determined that he saw something, or somebody up above on a replay we've shown said to challenge
San Francisco is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
Let's take a look.
Well, there's no such thing as a force out, so we'll see. Well, yeah, no, he got it. Now, did he have the ball all the way to the ground? He did. So he clearly gets his feet in bounds. Now it's a matter of whether or not securing the pass, the catch, when he goes to the ground, and he's able to do that. Here it is, you're going to see, and you're going to see the pressure inside by Ray McDonald right in Eli's face. and a nice throw. Not to mention Mario Manningham, he ran a nice route there, making Whitner think that he could go to the post. And at the top of that route, that's where you create your separation. He got it. And nice job being on the same page with him and Eli Manning.
That challenge was so odd.
I don't know if it's just kind of, you know, what the heck may as well, but, you know, in a game like this, you know, timeouts can be vital down the stretch. But there's nothing here at all to suggest that he didn't have the catch.
Giants with a challenge that didn't work out, and it certainly seems like the 49ers will join them in basically giving up a timeout.
Still an interesting call by Tom Coughlin going for it there on fourth down.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field was stand. The receiver possessed the ball, came to the ground, rolled over with the football, and then thereafter a defender ripped the ball away, which is a second act. By rule, completed pass. First down.
So now one timeout remaining for San Francisco. The Giants started at their 20 and try to go back-to-back drives with touchdowns to tie this game under 3.5 to go. I agree with you. I was in agreement, thinking the call was ultra aggressive at that point with 2 timeouts left in the 2-minute warning. But Manning and Manningham hooked up for a completion of 18 yards and a first down. Manning just flips it forward to DJ Ware, who's got a wrap on his right thigh, and Ware is good for 5 yards. Whitner on the stop, and Eli Manning just made something happen, avoided the sack, and got 5 yards.
Yeah, even if he had gotten this ball out and it had landed incomplete, that would have been a good play not to have lost yardage, because he was about to be sacked.
Clock continues to run down the middle. Manningham open, dropped it. Culliver was beaten, and Manningham maybe a little out of his reach, but certainly got his hands on it. Just could not haul it in.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough one, because what we're seeing from the 49ers defensively, they're giving help to Akeem Nicks on the other side. They're rolling safety over the top, and so it allows one-on-one then to Eli's front side, and that's why Mario Manningham had the coverage he had. They just failed to connect.
Eli had completed 7 straight before that. They're all coming from the 49ers. Manning just throws it short of Cruz, but good enough to avoid a sack. And it'll be 4th and 5.
Well, good pressure right up the gut. That's where you can't have it. Ahmad Brooks, he works the inside. Aldon Smith on the outside. Eli just did. He had no chance.
So another 4th down. And no question here now on the 49ers side of the field, down 7. Manning wide open and caught is Victor Cruz. Another 4th down conversion. Cruz good for 10.
That's where Victor Cruz has really emerged here in the slot. He's got the option route. Breaks to the outside. Good time by Eli Manning. Eli wasn't looking anywhere else. He knew as soon as the ball was snapped, the coverage that he had, and it was imperative that Victor Cruz went on the route, and he did.
DJ Ware. Hard run down inside the 30. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will. Giants on the move, down by 7. Well, there's what he's done on this drive. How about the last 2? 8 of 10 for 109 yards, and the touchdown to Nicks of 32 yards. They're approaching the red zone. The 49ers have been the best in the league at keeping the opposition out of the end zone. The Giants are 1 for 3 inside the 20 today. And getting 7. 2nd and 6. Good protection. Pass is caught. That's Ware, who stays in bounds and goes up the sideline with a first down, now into the red zone out at the 18.
That's a great job right here by DJ Ware. Watch the sidelines and how he's able to keep his feet in bounds and pick up another 4 or 5 yards after the catch. Picks up the first down. Nice job.
Manning finds his receiver, and it's become a favorite target. Victor Cruz good for 8.
Well, you better trust that guy when you start throwing passes in the middle of the field like that. We've seen what happens when you're not on the same page on the interception when Manningham pulled up, but the ball's got to come out on time. It's got to come out quick, and you've got to be on the same page with those receivers when that's the case.
Nix at the top of the screen. Instead, down to Manningham. A lot of hand checking, no flag. Culliver with the coverage. It's 3rd down.
I like the idea there, though. You know, try to score from out here with a fade route that gets away. He clearly gets away with a grab of the jersey. Culliver does, but they try to attack him again on the fade route. But right now, with 3rd and 2, I mean, they've got 2 downs if they decide to run it to pick up the first down.
15th play of this drive. Delayed handoff Ware. Back to the line of scrimmage, and it will again be 4th down.
Well, now things get interesting because they're going to call timeout here, would be my guess. But they're not. The clock is still running, but now they can certainly, you know, with timeouts left, what are they going to do? They've got to pick up this first down.
They've converted 2 4th downs on this drive. Play clock at 10. Manning has it batted down by Justin Smith, and the 49ers will take over and move to 8-1.
Look like they're trying to work Cruz in the slot position. He breaks inside. The ball's batted down, but watch Ballard here and then Cruz. These 2 guys were going to be in the same position because Ballard couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. So even if Smith doesn't knock this ball down, I don't know that there would have been anywhere there for Cruz to be able to make that catch. So Smith with a great job of defending the pass and knocking it down, knowing he couldn't get there. But if Smith doesn't knock it down, looked like it was Swilling in coverage on Ballard that didn't let him off the line of scrimmage. I'm not so sure they would have been able to complete the pass anyway.
2 timeouts do remain, but only 34 seconds. There have been a couple of big moments for the 49ers this season, and Justin Smith was a part of one of them. With the OT coming up right after this game presented by Lowe's. Plenty to talk about. Justin Smith with a strip of Jeremy Maclin of the Eagles to preserve a 24-23 win. The other time for this young 49er team came on that 4th down completion to Delaney Walker to beat the Lions in Detroit. The Giants have 1 timeout remaining in Troy. You think as we stand here in the Bay Area of a guy like Al Davis who saw something in Jim Harbaugh back in 02, 03, was an offensive assistant with Oakland. He is now part of one of the best coaching trees. It includes Bill Walsh, John Madden, for the late great Al Davis. And I was taken by a couple of things Jim Harbaugh, who's ultra intense, did in our meeting. One, he had a spot-on impersonation of Al Davis. It was giving Jim trouble when he went to USD before he went to Stanford. And the other, as he said about this game, it's like we're the lounge singer or a comedian, but we're getting closer and closer to hitting the strip in Vegas. People are starting to notice, and this is a big win here at home. to go to 8-1, and they're one snap away from doing just that.
And they really are a throwback football team. I mean, you think of all the spread offenses, all the high-flying acts, throwing the ball down the field. I mean, that's not what this team is. They play great defense. They create takeaways. They're opportunistic. They run the football. Didn't run it so well here today. But this is a good football team when you really look at them and what they've been able to do. It is not a surprise that Jim Harbaugh and his club is now 8-1.
And Jim Harbaugh with the handshake, calm, cool, and collected. For Tom Coughlin, Alex Smith, 19 of 30, 242 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick that went off the hands of Ted Ginn Jr. Completed balls to 8 different receivers. Defensively, Navarro Bowman had 14 tackles. Patrick Willis had 11 tackles and a sack, and he's standing by with Pam Oliver.
Well, Patrick, you had the big stage. The 49ers come through. How sweet is 8-1?
Man, I don't know. It feels unbelievable. I mean, I give all praise and glory and honor to God, and I thank my teammates, man. I thank my teammates and coaches. Like, it's something that we believe in. We believe in ourselves, and when nobody else, when everybody else doubts us, and it feels unbelievable.
Pretty soon you're not going to have that to fall back on. People do believe in you guys, and you've proven people wrong.
You know what? We're not going to be satisfied until this season over with, and they say we get a berth in the playoffs, and we try to go all the way. We nowhere near satisfied. Every week is a work week, and we're going to continue to believe in one another and fight and work and get this thing done.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to you, Joe.
All right, Pam. Patrick Willis, who was a freshman at Ole Miss when Eli Manning was in his senior season. And it's Willis's defense and team on top today. Take a break and come back to San Francisco after this.